Well, I was going to ask about the intimidation. Why do men find, so you're a successful woman, you own your own house, you've got a nice like car. Why do men find that so intimidating?
So, generally speaking, men don't find the success of successful women intimidating. Usually, it is the energy that she carries that, for most men, just find quite masculine. Because if you're going to be a successful person in any industry, right, you have to be quite dominant. You have to be quite alpha. You have to be quite a go-getter, right, in most industries. So, because no one's just going to say, hey, come and take the top position, or hey, come and take the top spot in this competition. No one's going to do that, right?
Yeah.
So anyone who's successful is likely to become successful, they have to be quite in their masculine. And so what I found, especially because this stereotypical archetype of my typical client is like a successful woman in her 30s trying to find a man on her level, is that they sit in that masculine energy from their professional work in their romantic life. And if you're wanting to attract a quote unquote masculine, strong masculine man, that's just not going to attract him. You're going to attract the feminine men, because the masculine attracts the feminine and the feminine attracts the masculine.
Mummy's boys.
You could say mommy's boys, but I mean, you're going to attract guys who they're not on their shit.
Yeah.
They look to you for guidance. They look to you to hold frame. They look to you to sort the plan. So generally, I would say that's the case. Now, there is an element of maybe a few guys might be intimidated by the level that you're at. And I think a big reason of that is because if they feel that they can't provide that for you, the level that you're at, they feel that you will never choose them.
Yeah, demasculates them a bit.
Yeah, I guess so. You could say demasculated, but it's just kind of more, because we hear a lot of the time, generally speaking, women want a guy on their level or above.
Yeah.
Would you like a guy on your level or above, or would you happily take a guy? Would you date down?
I used to, but I've got to the point where I'm sick of covering everything for
Right, exactly.
for them.
Yeah. So it's kind of like, if they're like, oh, well, I'm not on her level, why would I even try? And I don't even think it's like an intimidation thing. It's kind of like, well, if this job position requires me to have 10 years experience and I've only got 1 year, what's the point of me applying?
Yeah.
It's not that they're intimidated by it. They just think, I don't have a chance, so what's the point in trying?
God, it's so hard to date in your 30s because you're successful at that stage when you're in your 30s. You've done everything. You finally got to where you want to be. And then there's not many single people left. They're all like married. They got kids.
That's a good point.
And the people that's left is either much younger that just want to use you, or you've got the lot older, which there's a lot of rich single men out there, but they're not very emotionally attached. They're quite, because they're so busy, they're 100 miles an hour. They don't have time to even build a connection. So it's hard even dating them because you can't really build a connection with them. They just want a pretty girl just to stand next to them while they've got their building their empire.
Yeah, 100%. Well, I mean, you've had success, right? So I'm guessing you're quite busy yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. So those guys are the equivalent to you.
Yeah.
So essentially you can't even be looking for you couldn't even date you.
No, I can't.
If you met a male equivalent of you, which no doubt you have, it wouldn't work because, like you said, you're looking for a guy to slot into your life. He's looking for a woman to slot into his life. So I guess the question I'd ask you is, if you had to choose one, would you rather a guy slots into your life or you slot into his?
Neither. I'd rather both of us just...
But then you said that if they're just as busy as you,
you're
not going to have as much time as you would like.
Yeah. That's if like... So, well, I'm too busy to date anyway, but but before when I wasn't...
The guys that I'm interested in, they're just too busy. Like, that's really annoying, but I'm too busy as well.
But before my life got a bit hectic, I was, dating the higher class man where they've got businesses, they've got a massive empire that they're building, they've got loads of money.
Yeah.
But they reel you in. And then they'll like believe that they're falling for you and stuff. But emotionally, you could tell they just can't connect. But that's where the love bombing comes into it. That's what they do, these businessmen. Because they're not honest. They're like, look, I'm too busy. I just want something casual.
Yep.
Whereas they kind of trick you into thinking that they want to take you around the world. They want to like buy you a house or get you to move in the long run. They talk about all these things, whereas you could tell they're just not emotionally connected whatsoever.
Right. I mean, yeah, if a guy's lying, then that's wrong. That is wrong. But you didn't answer my question. Because you're either starting to a guy's life, you're both really busy where you don't have that as much time.
Yeah.
Or he starts into your life. Because unless you're willing to take a step back from your business.
Never.
Well then.
And he never would either. So it just wouldn't work.
Well, yeah. I mean, but then you have to choose, right? You have to, because, you know, a quote I'm in love with right now is you can have anything you want, but you can't have everything you want.
Yeah.
Because there's always two sides to every coin. So what you're finding is, yeah, I want a guy who's super ambitious and super driven. Great. But that guy's not going to have as much time for you because that kind of guy prioritizes his industry, his business, and his career. Equally, if you're like, I want a guy who has enough time to build that emotional connection with me as much as I would like to. Completely fair. But it means that guy probably isn't as driven, probably isn't as ambitious, and he probably isn't on the same level as you are. So you have to choose, okay, for every attractive quality, and this goes for everything, right? And guys have to accept this as well. For every attractive quality that we want in someone, there is a flip side to that coin. Under different circumstances, it can be something that we have to tolerate. Sounds like the wrong word, but that we have to accept. So for guys, a common one, I'm like, I want to date an Insta baddie. I want to date a model. I want to date a girl who's gorgeous, really sexy, all of this stuff. Great. But I don't like it that guys are sliding into DMs. I don't like it that she's posting, you know, provocative stuff. I don't like it that when she goes out, guys are always hitting on her. It's like, well, bro, if you're going to be with that kind of girl, that's what comes with it.
It's expected, yeah.
You have to accept that. So what are you willing to accept?
Depends on whether it's my dream. Like if my business that I'm doing is my dream, my goals, I'd never give it up. I'd rather like walk away.
Okay.
But say if, you know, he's built this massive empire and I'm just doing an everyday job, I would give up my time with my job to be with him if I am in love with him. Because obviously then you feel like you've got that safety net there. Yeah. Like he's, you know, I'm quite a strong woman behind a man. I always push them to achieve their goals anyway. I'm quite good like that. Yeah, sure. So like, you know, if I wasn't really doing anything that had anything to do with my goals and my dreams, then yeah, I would give up that time to be with someone. So I guess, is there a middle ground where you're not giving up entirely what you're doing, but you are taking a step back because you're starting to prioritize the relationship that you want? Yeah. Would you do that? Yeah. If I know that he is genuine, he really loves me and we'll support each other, then... Well, you don't know because in life there's risk. Oh, now that is a risk. Right. And no risk, no reward, right? That's why I take a step back. I won't give everything up. No, don't give everything back. But like, just taking a step back, like if you've been dating a guy for a few months and he's like, hey, I want to, you know, I'm going on this business trip for a week. I really want you to come. And you've got maybe one of your events. You've got a choice to make. Depends on which one brings you more benefit in life. Well, it depends on what. Well, I guess it depends what benefit you want. If you're talking financial benefit, you'd prioritize the event that you've been invited to. But if you're prioritizing the relation benefit, and if you see it as a foundation for your future, wouldn't you choose that? That's a tough one. These are things you have to think about. Oh, life's too short. Just go off and enjoy yourself. I completely agree. Completely concur. Let me ask you something. Yeah. Why do you think marriage works less today than before? Social media. Everyone's looking for the better thing constantly. It's very true. Very true. Comparison is the thief of joy. Yeah. As we say. Do you want to get married? No. No? No, I wanted to get married once with your previous partner. My previous partner. But since it's a bit different with me because I've been very lucky. I've experienced real love. It was intense love for 6 full-on years. Yeah. It was the best relationship ever. But because obviously he's passed away, in my head, it's going to take a lot for a guy to make up for what I had with this other guy. So to me, I wouldn't want to get married. Do you think you will always be comparing any girl you meet to your relationship with him? I'm working on that. I'm trying not to. Yeah. Because I feel like I'm never going to give anyone a chance otherwise, or myself a chance again.
Do you feel like you're looking for the same thing? That level that kind of love and intensity?
Yeah.
I get that. And obviously I completely empathize because that's very difficult to lose a partner.
I think that's why going for like red flags now, because before him, 6 years ago, that's all I went with was red flags. All my ex-relationships, they were red flags. I think that's why I kind of rewinded and I'm going back to red flags again. Because I just know that.
What made you choose him then? Did he have those red flags? Or?
Yeah.
Oh, well, fair enough. There you go.
But it's weird. He just switched and we worked together and we made it work. He was he was perfect. He was amazing.
Yeah. Okay. This comes from a place of love. You're never going to find that kind of thing again, because every relationship we have is unique to that person. That's not saying you can't find a great love with someone else, but it is going to be different.
Yeah.
And I think the sooner we can accept that, because especially when we've been in love before and it didn't work out for whatever reason, right? Obviously, this instance, it wasn't anyone's choice.
Yeah.
But when we've been in love before and it doesn't work because of circumstances or because sometimes we realize people are great lovers for us, but they're not great life partners or whatever it is, we often are trying to search for that same level of magnitude and that type and that flavor again.
It's like an addiction, isn't it? You just keep chasing and chasing.
Yeah. But we never find it.
No.
Because every person is unique.
Yeah.
And every relationship we have is unique. The relationship, you have two parents, but the relationship you have with your father is a bit different to the relationship you have with your mother.
Yeah.
This is what everybody finds, right? You don't love either of them any less.
Yeah.
But it is different. So I think the sooner we can accept that, okay, I'm not going to find that again, but I can still find something really good for me. Something that I'm happy with and fulfilled with. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
I'm working on it.
I get that.
I'm trying to adjust.
Yeah, you give some nice guys a chance.
I have tried. I will continue trying.
That's a big fat no.
Hope you really enjoyed that clip. If you want to watch the full episode where that clip is from, then I want you to click right here where you can watch the full episode. And if you're ready to claim your man today, enroll in my program below, and I'll see you there. Wishing you an amazing day.